Hey guys, bit of an update for you on the Google Plus Gotcha by the Balls situation. Our Silly Old Dude channel, we mentioned when we were talking to you about this before, our Silly Old Dude channel is connected to Google Plus because they sort of forced us to do that a while ago. We got away with not doing it on the Japan channel because we had a Gmail account, so it allowed us just to link to the Gmail account only. But we actually did try about a year or so ago when Google Plus was really playing a big promotional thing. We kept hearing about it, so we did actually try and connect to it, but it insisted on having our real names, and we just weren't going to do it. We just refused to do it. So we put the Japan channel, broke it into two, put the Japan channel, and registered that, and then their system kicked it back and said, we don't think this is a real name, so your account has been suspended. So, well, all right, okay, we won't use that then. So that was a year or so ago, so we decided not to use it anymore. Bottom line is, what we've noticed today, just today it started happening, was we always, when somebody subscribes to us, we always go to their channel and thank them in their comment section of their channel. And we've done that 70,000 times manually. Go to a channel, thank you for subscribing, or thank you from Japan. Manually, we've done that 70,000 times over the last few years. And we're doing it today, and we noticed that we could do it on the Silly Old Dude channel, but we couldn't do it on the Japan channel anymore. That it just wouldn't give us the option. It came up with a new style of comment section on people's channels, slightly different design, and just wouldn't let us put the cursor on there. And the only difference between the two is that the Silly Old Dude channel is connected to Google Plus. So we did a little bit more research, and this is where it starts to concern you folks, is we did a little bit of research on it, and we found out that what they're actually doing is all the comment sections of the channels and all the comment sections of the videos, like below this video, all the comments down there, are going to be connected to Google Plus. Which means that for most of you, and this is the nightmare that we were talking about a year ago, when we first got wind of this, about a year ago, we said, how do you feel about having your real name on Google Plus? And everybody went, no way. We said, how do you feel about having your real name on YouTube? That's what we said. And everybody went, no way, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. That totally sucks. We don't want to put our real names on YouTube. And of course, YouTube went, we don't care what you want. Who cares? So they're connecting the Google Plus system to the YouTube comment section. Which means if you want to leave comments, you're going to have to have Google Plus. So pretty likely too that it's going to get to the point where you're not going to be able to sign in without Google Plus. So they're just insisting on it now. So, you know, again, someone left a comment on the last video that we made about Google saying, you know, oh, what are you complaining about? They give you all these amazing products for free. There's always at least one, somebody that stands up for the big companies, you know. And that's fair enough, but the reason that we're pissed off about it is we've been looking after our YouTube channels for like 5 years, and when we started doing this, YouTube was an independent company. You know, we didn't start doing this with Google, we started doing this with YouTube, and they're an independent company, and they had individual staff in their offices that we could talk to and would help us out. And if we had some problem with our channel, like today, we sent emails to YouTube today about this problem and how can we solve this problem, and there's been no solution because we're in this catch-22 now. We can't change the name on that Google Plus account and without putting our real name, which would then change the real the channel. Our YouTube channel would change from being the Japan channel to being my name, which that's not going to be happening. I'll delete the whole thing before I let that happen. That's not going to be happening. You know, and because we had that Google Plus account in the Japan channel name, and now it won't let us change it, so it's just a catch-22 that we can't get out of. So to those people that were saying, oh, if you don't like Google, you shouldn't have got, well, we already invested a couple of years of hard work into our YouTube channels before Google came along and bought YouTube out. That's why we're pissed off. And this is the YouTube thing, this is the Google thing, this is what they do, is that they buy out or they take over different other products and then force people into other products, which is just, you know, that's what's rude about it. Having new products and people have a choice whether they use them or not is fair enough, but forcing us to. And you guys are the same. I'm sure a lot of you guys are the same. You've had a YouTube channel for a couple of years, and you know, you feel like it's a part of your, you know, it's got a bit of your personality in it, and you've spent a couple of years leaving comments and people sort of know you, and you know, you feel like you're a sort of part of the YouTube community sort of thing, and you don't particularly want to have that channel taken away or changed, or have the name changed, or have your real name on it, do you? I'm sure there's a lot of you that feel the same. So that's why we're pissed off, is that, you know, that we invested a couple of years of hard work into this, a few years of hard work into this, and then along come Google and say, aha, well, so what? We don't care how much time you put into it. These are the new rules. That was the old rules. These are the new rules. From now you've got to do this. Which is really rude and really quite stressful, because I'm just waiting for the time now where we turn the computer and try to log in, and it says, no, you can't log in because you haven't got a Google account, and your Google Plus account's suspended, so you can't log into your YouTube account. That's what's coming. So to you guys too, please, if you're into our Japan channel, please put us on Facebook, or like us on Facebook, and keep our Facebook page, and or Twitter, or our japanchannel.com website, and make some connection with us other than only through YouTube. Because if this does happen with YouTube and we can't log in because our Google Plus account's suspended or for whatever reason, then we won't have any way to communicate with you guys. And we're going to still make videos, because we make videos about Japan, it's what we do, and we'll just post them somewhere else. Probably on Blip TV, probably, because we've got a channel on there we've already put some videos on, but might be somewhere else. So if you guys keep an eye on our Facebook page or our Twitter page or our Japan channel website forum, we'll update. If something dramatic happens, we'll update you guys on there and tell you where we are. Because this could be huge. We said this last year when we were talking about the real name on YouTube thing, and a lot of people said we don't want to do it. We don't want to use our real names on YouTube. And, you know, if that does happen, they're going to lose. I mean, they don't really care. The only people they really care about are those front page $1 million a year YouTubers, really. The rest of us are fairly insignificant. It's a sort of a take it or leave it thing with the rest of us, unfortunately. You know, they don't care. They don't care. If we said to them, we're not going to use our real name, we'll just let our account die, they wouldn't care. Totally convinced they wouldn't care. You know, we get 2.5 million views a month. That's nothing to them. They don't care. It's a lot to us. We spend a lot of time building that up. We clicked over the 50 million view mark this week on the Japan channel, but they don't care about that. How much time we put into it, anything else, we're insignificant. And sorry guys, but all of you are too. As far as Google's concerned, they don't care. If all of us, if you guys watching this and everybody else and all the small guys disappeared, they wouldn't care. They just want to keep the viewership up on those $1 million a year YouTubers. That's where their money comes from. The rest of us are insignificant. And they, if we're not prepared to use their Google Plus and give us their real names, because you know it's all about marketing, isn't it? They want our real names and connect, and they know what we're doing on our Gmail accounts, and they know what we do on our Google Plus accounts. This isn't a big conspiracy. It's just marketing. They know what we're about. Those of you who use Gmail know this. Write an email and say, I'm looking for a hotel in Japan. Send that email, and 2 seconds later, up comes an advertisement on the Gmail page advertising a hotel in Japan. Because it takes the keywords out of what we do. It's not a big conspiracy. I'm not worried about the privacy. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the marketing. And that's why they want our real names. It's all about the marketing. Get our real names on Google Plus, get our real names on Gmail, get our real names on YouTube, and then they can sell stuff to us. And they can sell us to other people. It's all about the marketing, getting other advertisers in and so on. So just greed, really, because the way YouTube was, you know, they could market it, they could ramp up the advertising on that and still make more money, but it's just greed. There was, you know, some dudes in the meeting have decided this is the way to go, and they'd already know. They would have done research on this, and they'd know how many of you guys are going to walk away if you've got to use your real name. They know that, and they've weighed it up and gone, well, we'll lose, you know, 30 million people will walk away if we make them use the real name, but we'll get another 200 million people using Google Plus. So that's worth it. Let's do that. That's the way they do it. It's all numbers. It's all numbers. People like you and me are insignificant in the big picture on Google. So yeah, there it is, guys. There it is. So already you'll have noticed, if you don't have a Google Plus account already, you'll notice you can't comment on people's channel pages. And then any minute now, they're going to change it. You're not going to be able to comment in the video comment section either without a Google Plus account. So look out. And then after that, it's only one step away from you can't log in. And that's what will happen. We'll go to log in, it'll say no. And that's where we'll be screwed, because we're in this catch-22 at the moment where it's got our account suspended and it wants us to give our real name. But it says if you change the name, so we're not allowed to use the Japan channel, but if we change it and put like my personal name on there, it says that it'll change it on all our other Google accounts, because it's all linked, right? Which means that our Google email, our Gmail address that people send us emails through will disappear, because it'll change to my name instead of the Japan channel, and the Japan channel on YouTube would disappear and my name would appear there instead. People would go, who's that guy? Where'd the Japan channel go? Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. You know? Again, linking, the same as with the products. Give us a choice on the products and we'd be happy, wouldn't we? You know, if they bring all these wonderful products in and give us a choice which ones we use, more of us would use them, I'm sure of it. You know, rather than forcing us, use G+, you bastards, you know? That's not the way to go. Give us the option. And it's the same as linking all these accounts together, you know? If we have the option, I'd do the G+. Because that'd give me the option then of using my real name to make the account, but then you can have a nickname shown to the public. I'd do that. But linking them all together like this when you've got no choice means that all of a sudden my Gmail account's not going to be any good anymore, because the name's going to change on it. Change the fucking email address. It's no good to you anymore. And the YouTube page name changes as well. And you guys will be in the same boat, I'm sure. You know, when they hold a gun to your head and say, you've got to join Google Plus, give us your real name. You've got to give us your real name. No. What are you going to do? No. And if you've got your real name on your other accounts, like your Gmail account, maybe you use your real name on there because it's for your friends and family and so on, you'll still have to use it on YouTube. So anyway, there it is. The latest bullshit from Google, you know? Unbelievable. It's the lack of choice that I'm objecting to. It's the lack of choice. You know, being forced to do things. And particularly seeing as I didn't do this agreement with Google, I did this agreement with YouTube as an independent company. We started doing business with them. We got our partnership and we started building our channels up and building up viewership. We worked really hard at this. You know, we didn't ask to do business with Google. They came along and bought YouTube out. And then slowly they start changing shit like they do. And then the last few months it's really accelerated, hasn't it? And it's just becoming a big fucking Google page now. Don't be surprised in the future if YouTube name disappears altogether and it just becomes all about Google, you know. Google Video or something, probably they'll call it, won't they? You know, the YouTube, the U in YouTube's just disappeared, hasn't it? It's become the fuck YouTube. Fuck YouTube. You have to have Google Plus, asshole. You have no choice. Yeah. Have Google Plus or we won't let you sign into YouTube anymore. Anyway, so what do you guys think of that? And I've got to warn you, I'm really pissed off. So there's always one technophobe that feels he has to defend the big companies, right? And I've got to tell you, I'm really pissed off, so I'm not going to have any tolerance for that. Start to give me a big lecture about how I shouldn't be critical of Google, and you'll probably find yourself getting... I might tell you to sign in with Google Plus or I'll delete ya. So anyway, tell me what you think, guys. What do you think of these assholes? Fuck you, Google. Fuck you, Google. Oh, I said that last time, didn't I? Fuck you, Google. Maybe more videos coming soon.